Hello. Hello, and welcome to our, what part was this again? Part 8? Part 8, and I think case 4 of our, Ace Attorney playthrough. Sorry about that, excuse me. Yeah, let's just get right into it. Where we left off last was, the end of the third case, where, you know, some things went up in flames. And I think we lost our client. But that's, I guess the silver lining is I don't think we would have wanted to keep him as a client or anything, so. Just look on the bright side where you can. We at least don't have to deal with him anymore, haha. But yeah, let's continue. The Adventure of the Clouded Kokoro. Kokoro?
I begin to think, Wilson, said Sholmes, turning his head languidly in my direction, that there is more to this case than that which we have observed. Indeed, that there may be another part to this story that we are yet to discover. His eyes wandered, following the steam rising from his cup of herbal tea, leading him to the distant memory of that snowy evening. To the young lady collapsed on the pavement along Briar Road, and to the knife in her back. Lit in the soft glow of gas lamps, a most extraordinary scene had been set. And under the cover of a light fog, the curtain had risen silently on the insoluble mystery of our invisible killer.
Okay. I guess that's our next case, probably. Another murder. 19th of February, 9:14 a.m. British Supreme Court, Lord Chief Justice's office. Did you sleep last night, Mr. Naruhodo? No, not at all. Oh, poor lad's too stressed out. It was an enormous hotel, wasn't it? The rooms are so luxurious, I felt like I was staying in a palace. And with all the gaslights twinkling, it was brighter than the day, even in the middle of the night. And what about the enormous beds? After my time with the SS Buria, I wasn't gonna waste a single inch of that space. Wait, did they upgrade him to, like, Kazuma's room afterwards, I wonder? I don't know how I would have felt about sleeping in my, missing best friend's bed. Oh, I'm still in denial. Oh, Kazuma. Oh, okay. But yeah, I'm glad my boy finally got a nice big bed to, like, roll around in. I spent the entire night rolling from How did I know he was rolling around? I spent the entire night rolling from one side of the mattress to the other. Oh yes, it really was that sort of night you can only dream of normally. Except when I learned that we owed £3 for the room, that dream quickly turned into a nightmare. I mean, £3 isn't that much, is it? £3? That's like, what? I mean, certainly it's a lot less than the guinea that you gave the driver to take you to the courtroom in like 5 minutes. Oops, sorry about that. The building was so impressive and the entrance was so inviting. I just wandered in without thinking. Did they find the lodgings for the night because Ryosuke just got hypnotized by a really nice lobby? Oh man. Oh my son, my child. You got suckered in. They tricked you. In a lodging house in Japan, that sum of money would have put a roof over your head for a whole year. £3! A whole year! I did try, but I'm afraid I couldn't help my tears when we were presented with the bill. Oh, we made her cry, oh no. I really am sorry. Well, never mind. We must find some more affordable lodging straight away, though. If we're not careful, our entire stipend will be used up in 10 days or less. London is a scary place. An expensive place. Good morning to you at this early hour. Is that the justice guy? Yeah. Oh, yes, we are, well. Cool, let's think about this, Susato. Good morning to you, Lord Chief Justice. We have come to report the outcome of the trial at the Old Bailey yesterday. Susato-san is amazing. She doesn't bat an eyelid, even in the presence of the imposing Lord Strongheart. Yes, I believe you had a very comprehensive initiation into the British courtroom practices. Oh, yeah, they raked me over the coals. It was very eye-opening, thank you. And in accordance with your instructions, Lord Strongheart? Lond, I said. Mr. Naruhodo performed his duty, to the end. Yes, I've already been appraised of the events. Did I pass? Yes, I have to have passed. You conducted a remarkable defense. You may consider the test passed. Oh! No longer are you a student of the Empire of Japan. You may henceforth claim to be... I thought he was going to say a student from the, the Great Britain or something like that. But no, I get 2 upgrades. I went from a random student from Japan to, intermediary law student to fully fledged lawyer in the course of one case. It's pretty crazy. My country is delighted to welcome young talent from such a remote eastern land. Alright. Thank you very much. So I'm a lawyer now. With a 100% win rate too. Now, in view of your new appointment, I have a fresh case in mind for you. Oh, you're immediately getting put to work. Oh yeah, because of that murder case. I'd like you to take it on at once. I trust that won't be a problem. And I bet it's gonna be like later today or something. Cause prep time? In an Ace Attorney game? Unheard of. Another case? Already? Nothing trains a lawyer better than practical experience. Then what's the law school for then? For show? I'm sure I don't sense satisfaction, do I? No. It's just that yesterday's trial ended unusually. I haven't quite come to terms with it yet. What's to come to terms with? The man was cleared. See? I said this before, but I'll say it again. This man cannot be trusted. He truly is the Manfred von Karma of this game, in that he doesn't seem to care about, what actually happens in it, like the circumstances of the case. He only cares about the win. Wait, do you guys think he... Wait, what, is he linked to the whole fabrication thing? Are you in cahoots? Well, were you in cahoots with Magnus McGilded? What more were you hoping for? The truth? Oh yeah, flashback. The culpability of the defense was not, at the present time, been established by this court. Consequently, the jury will not be required to proffer judgment. Well, Lord Van Zykes. Also, it occurred to me afterwards, but when Lestrade was talking about him being an Irishman, like she meant literally, and it wasn't some slang about him being rich or something. She just literally meant he was Irish, and I thought back, and I'm like, yes, top of the morning to ya. Does seem to be an inherently Irish thing to say, huh? So I've been giving him the wrong accent. But I'm bad at accents anyway, so it doesn't matter. It's been a pleasure, so it has. And as for you, my dear fella, I couldn't have asked for a better defense. Wow, we do. I just can't help wondering if Mr. McGilded really was innocent. What do I care? I'm clearly a bad guy. Mr. Naruhodo. It's just I never managed to ascertain the truth. And then the trial ended. Well, you needn't let it trouble you for a second longer. Because all that matters is winning, son. Sorry? What do you mean, Longstrawhard? He's been arrested for... Oh no, he's dead, yeah. Oh yeah. Magnus McGilded passed away immediately following the trial. No! What? Mr. McGilded is... dead? I have 19 minutes and 41 seconds until my next engagement. Time enough to talk. Blech. Alright, you fucking barf, baby barf wearing bitch. Let's... Actually, now I can finally examine this room, probably. Show me the table. This must be the Lord Chief Justice's desk. I believe it's made of marble. Marble? Damn. Damn! How many stairs do you think are in this thing? They carried marble up here? It looks more like an over-the-top tombstone that's been toppled over to me. Foreshadowing. I think that's your fanciful imagination at work again, Mr. Naruhodo. It feels like everything that's normally made of wood and paper at home is made of bricks and stone here. That's true. I know. That's why this place feels so overbearing, I'm sure. Just look at all the naughty books packed together on these shelves. They go from floor to ceiling. I don't know if they go to the ceiling quite exactly, my friend. And they're all books that you couldn't hope to come by in Japan. It's like a dream. They're all English books. Yes, a very bad dream. They're not all about British law either. They're books about the judicial systems of other Western nations. France, Germany, Spain, Holland. What about Russia? Why do you ask? I was wondering about asking Lord Chief Justice how you say wardrobe in Russian. What do you think? I don't know. I feel like the Russian point might be a thing that comes back. Because, like, do you remember how in the first case, Brit was sent off to Shanghai to be tried, right? And then there was the Russian revolutionary that was also in Shanghai, right? I feel like a place can't be mentioned that many times in two separate cases without coming up in the future. Like, is there a crime syndicate in Shanghai? Like, what's happening? I think perhaps it's a thought best abandoned. Kazuma! Look at those menacing metal giants facing each other across the room. Full plate armor. I believe they're suits of armor. Oh, right. I thought maybe they were like lion dogs we have in Japan, guarding shrine gates. No, not at all. In fact, in Europe, suits of armor like these are always possessed by evil spirits, you know. She pulling out a leg. And they roam about in the middle of the night. Really? Is there nothing you don't know, Mr. Sato? This book tells me anything and everything I need to know about everything. If you're ever unsure, just ask. Where did she get that incredible tome? She has the equivalent of, like, Wikipedia, I guess. Just a very small, compact encyclopedia that has absolutely everything. Oh yeah, let's look at the gears. Is this some kind of clock? Actually, I think we might be inside some sort of giant clock. Big Ben! Big Ben! But those gears are larger than anything you find on a steam locomotive even. Steam locomotive even. It's eerie. Do you think clocks are some sort of hobby of his? The Lord Chief Justice, I mean. I say, as we gossip right in front of the guy. Well, boys do enjoy fiddling around with machines, don't they? Sasato. I'm not sure you could fiddle with cogs that size. I'm certain you can't call him a boy. Still, it's amazing how little noise these clogs make. Considering how large they are. There's actually something quite soothing about their precise rhythm. Big ass cogs. Let's see. Have we looked at everything on this side of the room? I think we have. And on this side too. Oh yeah, it's a symmetrical room. Alright. Now that we snooped around, I can talk to you. Hi buddy. Let's talk about Mr. McGilda's death. I don't understand. What happened? How could he be dead? After the trial concluded yesterday, there was a great commotion in the Old Bailey. As you presumably recall, an omnibus had been wheeled into the courtroom. And it went up with flames. All the evidence. Yeah, of course. It was the scene of the crime in which Mr. McGilded had been accused. Precisely. Well, why the bailiff's attention was diverted by some other matter. The omnibus went up in flames. No. How could such a thing have happened? Right in the court of law! That is being investigated as we speak. But already, the police have identified a corpse found inside the charred shell of the carriage as that of Mr. McGilded. It's awful! The man must have slipped inside where the bailiff's attention was elsewhere. Bailiff really needs to pay more attention. How could that have happened? That is also being investigated as we speak. Thinking back now, immediately after the trial, Mr. McGilder did mention going back into the courtroom to look at the omnibus. He did say so. Well, I must be making tracks now. It is time for the inspection. Sorry? What inspection? They're going to examine the omnibus again, so I'm told. I asked if I could be present for it myself. An inspection of the omnibus? Well, to my knowledge, I don't believe Scotland Yard had any intention of re-examining the carriage. Oh my god, he was lured in. Wait, but it was the bailiff that... It was the bailiff that caught him, wasn't it? Yeah, I'm like 99% sure. The bailiff was the one that caught... So either they have people like inside the system that are like part of this giant criminal conspiracy thing that I think is going on. Or someone was pretending to be the bailiff and they didn't notice? Bro. Oh, this rabbit hole goes deep! But who was Mr. McGilder talking about? Never mind that now. The Yard is making a thorough investigation. I don't know if I trust the Yard! This matter is no longer any concern of yours. Leave it to the police. Poor Mr. McGilded. I don't know. I don't know, man. Don't know if... I mean, sure! Like, immolation is like the worst way to go, in my opinion. And that really does suck for him. But like, you know, like, I don't know, he wasn't a good guy. So the fact that he's dead, I'm like, meh. You know, you reap what you sow. But like, his manner of death, I'm like, oh. Yeah. That's rough, buddy. Alright. Let's talk about your cracked court. So, how did you find your first taste of our country's Supreme Court? Oh, well, I don't know. I mean, it was... Wow! Mr. Naruhodo means that the whole experience was steeped in the solemnity of Great Britain's long history. It really is a world apart from our own judicial system in Japan, which is only a few short decades old. Wow, so Sato-san has such a way with words. And you seem to have a way of failing to fight the right ones. How did she read our mind like that? The judicial system here is the most advanced in the world. Learn all you can. Bitch ass. The most advanced in the world, is it? Yes. You're telling me, Ryosuke. It was fortunate that your very first trial was a simple affair. This is why a simple affair. See, does he think that it was a simple affair because he's like entwined in the whole like corrupt court system thing? Cause he's a what's the word called here? Lord Judicial Officer guy. Like was the bailiff working for you? Simple? That was simple? Yeah. As I believe I mentioned yesterday morning. It was a trial you couldn't lose. Poki W says he's the Lord Chief Justice. Yes. Thank you. The Lord Chief Justice. So I'm assuming that means he's at the top of the system, right? But it was a trial you couldn't lose. Did he know? Like this guy. You can't trust a man who's dressed in baby barf green, okay? I don't mean to be contrary, Lord Strongheart, but the case was anything but simple. A case I couldn't lose. The circumstances of the case were so incriminating, I was stunned when I first heard them. In fact, I'm still finding it hard to believe that we managed to get a favorable verdict. Thanks to freaking planted evidence. He's not the highest, but he's pretty up there. Oof. Okay, so he's not the top of the food chain, but he's high enough to be sus in my eyes. Oh, I'm suspicious. The fact that he's so like unbothered by this, and he's laughing at me now. Is something funny? No. My apologies. However, the fact is that you did receive the not guilty verdict you set out to achieve. And that could only be attributed to exceptional talent. Wouldn't you agree? Are you trying to make me not think about the planted evidence? Well, I don't know about that. Well, never mind. You exceeded my expectations, I freely admit. That much, at least, is an undeniable truth. Which is precisely why I had prepared a new case for you that I mentioned before. What's going on? What was he going to say before? Okay, tell me about the new case then. I also got the same sus vibes. I also got sus vibes when I first played this game. Yeah, I don't know. Any man who is that like into like time, like anyone who's like, oh yes, I'm going to section my time down to the second. I'm like, I don't know about you, man. That's suspicious as heck, dude. That's like criminal behavior. Why you need to know the time, huh? To commit crime? Oh man. I literally feel like I've been like just like dumped into like a massive conspiracy, and I'm like everything's suspicious. I'm drawing red lines everywhere, but I don't know what they connect to. Could you perhaps give us some more detail about the new case you mentioned? And is this new case connected to this grand conspiracy? Don't tell me. It's a murder, and the trial starts in 10 minutes. Yeah, probably. Don't worry, it's nothing so alarming or quite so urgent as your last assignment. Oh! Okay. In fact, this case is completely different. Oh! Alright. Oh, I see. Did he just read my mind? That is to say... No one has died as yet? Sir? And the trial will not be today. There's plenty of time to research the case thoroughly. Oh, thank God, that's good. But as yet... 23 hours, 43 minutes, and 19 seconds to be precise. Okay, tomorrow morning. Wait, what do you mean by as yet? No one's died as yet. Is everything alright? Oh, yeah, I'm just a little confused, that's all. Yesterday's trial was... Well, it left me wondering if I'm really cut out for being a lawyer. Oh, Mr. Naruhodo. I don't know if I could face standing in that courtroom again after Mr. McGilder's trial. Ah, yes, I nearly forgot. There's one similarity with yesterday's case. Don't tell me someone we saw yesterday is involved in this case. Once again, there is currently no one to advocate for the defense. Okay. Oh, our bleeding heart. Our bleeding heart. If the situation remains unchanged, the trial will start tomorrow with the defendant unrepresented. And if that happens, I need not remind you of the inevitable outcome. The most terrible end awaits the defendant. Yes, that's right. Here we go again! But what do you mean by no one's died yet? Your time is up. You'll have to excuse me. I would advise you begin making preparations for tomorrow's trial. Okay. Are you going to give me any more information? As ever. After all, the clock is ever ticking. So who am I defending? There is now but 23 hours, 26 minutes, and 39 seconds until the court sits. Last time he mentioned 23 hours, he said it was plenty of time. And one more thing, Mr. Naruhodo. There is something I should like to ask you. Oh, what's that? Yesterday, you remarked upon something. I did? That you intend to see through the will of your late compatriot, Mr. Asogi. Yeah? I would be interested to hear what exactly you mean by that. Inside. 34 seconds? Oh, like a debate, he's gonna time me, okay. Oh, well, Kazuma used to always say, you see, that he wanted to learn how the greatest justice system in the world worked so he could change house in Japan. And now that he's gone, I'd like to work towards that myself. Oh, and there's another thing. Oh! Another thing? Continue? On the way here, on the steamship, he said something to me. There's something very important that I have to do. Something very important. And what, exactly, would that be? He never had a chance to tell me. I suppose he would have done if he had... Son of a bitch! You're out of time. Well, thank you for an enlightening discussion. Okay. I'd forgotten that Kazuma was apparently in league with this guy? So is he Batman or something? Is that why he's so obsessed with time? It's because It's not to commit crime, but to work outside the law to stop crime? What it... This guy. Strong heart. Okay. Mr. Naruhodo, what's all this about? Mr. Asogi never once mentioned anything of the sort to me. Probably because he wanted to keep you safe, child. I urge you both to focus your attention on the matter at hand. The murder. Oh, hello. Taking the liberty of summoning the police inspector in charge of the case. He'll be able to appraise you of the details. Is he holding chips in his hand? How long has he been there? So, I wish you the best of luck, and bid you farewell. Okay, bye. See you later. There's something very important that I have to do. Kazuma-sama, what do you mean? I wish I knew, but honestly, he never told me. Anyway, we'd better talk to the detective, don't you think? Yes, you're right! I hope I'm just imagining it, but I wouldn't say he looks pleased to see us at all. Are those chips? Oh, I can't. Oh, I have to examine him. Okay. Can I examine the chippy? Okay, no, I can't. What are you holding? Oh! Wait, is he holding a cone of fish and chips? Fish and chops? Oh my god! How are you doing that, sir? Refilling that fish and chip cup. Oh, could we trouble you? What do you think? Sorry. I mean, lovely weather, isn't it? What's the weather got to do with anything? Okay. Your meal looks nice. Listen to me, you young Japanese upstart. Some frippery about the weather doesn't get every English jet eating out of your hand, you know? Sorry, but Susato-san told me it was foolproof. Oh, Jesus. I'm a busy man. A very busy man. It's a crime scene to investigate. I'm here having to give the likes of you a talking to. Are you on your lunch break? Oh, I'm ever so sorry. Can you imagine what the other officers there will be saying? Haven't seen Gregson anywhere, have you? No, he's too busy with the big bigs these days. And all because some bumpkin who's on a jaunt from another country I haven't even heard of. Hear that ripping sound? That's my reputation at the yard going to tatters. No need to rip us apart as well. I don't believe we've been introduced. This is Mr. Ryunosuke Naruhodo, a defense lawyer. Eh? It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance. I'm Mr. Naruhodo's judicial assistant. Eh? It's lovely weather we're having today, isn't it? Don't be mean to the lady. I'll punch you. I swear to God, I'll punch you. Good. Introducing Gregson and his never-ending supply of fish and chips. Wait, so is that a common animation? Where he's just constantly chowing down? Oh, man. Wait, I thought Hosonaga was the Dick Gumshoe, but is he the Dick Gumshoe? Oh, okay. Well, he was immediately charmed by Susato, so he gets a pass from me. It's unseasonably fine, I grant you. London winters don't see a lot of sunshine. Unbelievable. How'd you pull that off? So, Long Strongheart asked me to fill you in on the case. Named Tobias Gregson. Inspector Gregson to you. From Scotland Yard. Oh, that's another thing that I remembered. Lestrade. The last name is from the Sherlock Holmes series, isn't it? Isn't it the name of a detective or inspector from Scotland Yard? So is Gina connected? Or is it just like a name drop? Oh, I guess we'll find out. Gregson? Inspector Gregson? Do you know him? What's the matter with Susato-san? The detective's name mean something to her? Alright, Inspector. What you got for me? Inspector, are you perhaps... the Inspector Gregson? Oh, from the novel? Osanaga is a Dick Gumshoe Japan, and Gregson is a Dick Gumshoe London. You know what? This game is the best game in the series because there are 2 equivalents of the best character, Dick Gumshoe. Oh, that's delightful. You're acting like you know this man, Mr. Sato, but he's a London detective. Oh, I do know him. Very well, in fact. Very well? Yes! He features prominently in the Adventures of Sherlock Sholmes. Oh, in that publication. What's it called again? Rand magazine? That's right. Inspector Gregson and Mr. Holmes enjoy a wonderful friendly rivalry. Really? You rival the great Mr. Holmes? That's incredible! Well, I don't know about that. Mr. Holmes isn't a professional like myself, of course, but he does come up with the goods from time to time. Mr. Holmes is equally complimentary about you, Inspector, isn't he? You've earned his highest praise. Gregson is the pit of a bad lot in all the Scotland Yarders. Those are his own words. That's his highest praise. Best of a bad bunch. What happens with Gina character, you'll see. Oh, that's good if she comes back, because, you know, I want to see her again. She's a delightful character, just threatening people with guns. And the other... the inventor, who we never got a name for. Oh, man. I hope they come back with, Sherlock, because, you know, that would be a fun bunch, I think. Well, Mr. Holmes isn't particularly known for giving compliments, you see. That he's not! And thanks to that magazine, my name's known all over London town now. That's good, isn't it? I have to admit that, to start with, when I was little... I was a little, well, flattered by all the attention. Everyone wanted to shake my hand, and my reputation at the yard went through the roof. Well, that is wonderful! No, it's not! Nothing's more sinister than the man on the street. People are always looking at me now. They're whispering rumors about me under their breath, I'm sure. Rumors? Are you quite sure? He's changed since he started appearing in those stories. The fame's gone to his head. Stuff like that. Oh, that does sound bad. Gosh, do you really think people are saying such mean-spirited things about you? Like I said, they whisper, so I can't catch exactly what they're saying. But I know what folks are like. Oh, insecurity issues. Are you okay, son? I'm sure they're whispering good things about you. I'm sure that's what you're saying. As sure as eggs is eggs. I don't know. I'm sure you do a great job, honey. Believe in yourself. I get the feeling this detective could be very hard work. Oh dear. Perhaps a sudden rise to fame does change people. Alright. Yeah, tell me about the case. Who got murdered? So about the case that Lord Chief Justice mentioned before. Nothing to tell, really. Oh. As far as we're concerned at the yard, it couldn't be simpler. Okay. Don't trust that, but okay. Oh dear. That probably means... Yeah, Susato and I think the same thing. As far as we're concerned as lawyers, it couldn't be more complicated. I wish you were wrong about that, but I have a nasty feeling you're right. A young woman was walking along the pavement of Briar Road when she was stabbed from behind. Fortunately, it wasn't fatal. She's still laid up in hospital, unconscious. Oh, good. Wait, this is what he meant by no one's dead as of yet. Is it just an injury? Okay. That's good. That's despicable! What sort of coward would attack the poor woman from behind? I suppose you wouldn't have finished whoever it was off with a Susato takedown, would you? I pity the person who tries to go after Susato. That's neither here nor there, Mr. Naruhodo. Brace yourself, you're not scared. You've angered it now. Anyway, after something of a whirlwind investigation, the criminal was arrested. Oh, we have to defend him. Oh, yeah, because we're a defense lawyer. We're not prosecution. Oh, we have to defend this guy. This is not going to be simple. I can't believe it took that long for the penny to drop. For some reason I thought the woman was gonna be like, I was like, oh yeah, the woman's our client. That's good, she's not dead. Client. Oh, the guy's our client. Okay. Okay, we're in for a fight now. We barely had time for a cup of tea after the incident took place, to be honest. So, there must have been something left of the scene that led you directly to the culprit? Was it the knife? Or perhaps a reliable witness who recognized the person in question? Let me stop you right there. You're wasting your time on this one. Sorry? That's nothing you can do. There's no way to help the bloke now. Did he confess? Why not? Simple. The prosecutor that's been assigned to the trial tomorrow is Lord Baroque Van Sykes. Of course it's him again. Sounds like you heard of him then. We faced him and won, sir. Oh yes, we're very familiar with Lord Van Sykes. Believed to be the harbinger of death himself. The Reaper of the Bailey. Yeah, let's talk about him. Let's have a bit of a chat, a bit of a tongue wag, chin wag, a bit of a chin wag. Lord Baroque Van Sykes, who we faced in court only yesterday. Mr. McGilder told us about him before the trial, didn't he? When Van Sykes stands for the prosecution, they call the accused his sacrificial lambs. God is so extra. At every trial in which he's been the prosecutor, the accused has been damned. Oh, broke that streak, didn't we? This Reaper of the Bailey nickname. I suppose he's earned that because every defendant he advocates against is found guilty. Is that it? Well, if that's the case, we should inform you, Inspector, that in yesterday's trial against Lord Van Sykes, Mr. Naruhodo executed a verdict of not guilty. And what of it? Well, I think that it means that even against the Reaper of the Bailey, it's not possible to save the defendant. It's not impossible to save the defendant. Wait, was the reason why he was so, like, meh about the guy being trapped in the omnibus is because even when he loses the case, the defendant just straight up dies? Is that why he's called the Reaper? What? No way! Come on! No, you really don't have a clue, do you? What do you mean? No, come on. What happened to that bloke in the end, eh? He's dead. No! Come on! Oh. Miss Magnus McGilder came a cropper in that omnibus when it went up in flames. So you can't rightly say you saved the defendant, can you? I'm just a defense lawyer, dude. What happens outside of the courtroom? It's not my responsibility. What are you saying? Look, if Van Sykes could get the dirt to stick on everyone, he'd be a miracle worker. But that's not how it goes. He doesn't work miracles. He works magic. Black magic. I'd have a good long think about that if I were you. It's the 20th, wait, 19th, early 20th century? Why are we still going on about magic? Come on. Are we really supposed to believe that? Oh, Gregson, my dude. Wait, no, you didn't tell me anything about the case. Alright, well, field journey as requested, and I'm very nearly out of chips. Doesn't look like you're out of chips to me, bro. So I'm heading back to the crime scene now. Still carrying a few investigations there. Oh, can we come? It was Briar Row, you said, didn't you? Where the incident took place? That's correct, ma'am. And if you head over to the holding cells, you can meet the criminal himself. You branded him a criminal already? As good as? Shaking like leaf in his cell he is. I'll give you a chuckle if nothing else. Sir! Be nice. It's inmate 53. Speak to the jailer, he'll show you the way. Inmate 53. Thank you. So, there's no helping anyone against the Reaper of the Bailey, they say. Is something troubling you, Mr. Naruhodo? To tell the truth, when I recall the trial yesterday, I can't stop myself from shaking. Oh, she's 16. The idea of facing the Reaper in court again is... Well, if you think it's too much for you, there's no shame in turning the case down. That takes courage too. Oh, Satato. It's okay. We can do this. But if the man they've arrested is innocent... You can well imagine he's been shaking like a leaf in his cell. And I, for one, wouldn't find the sight of that funny. So... If I'm honest, I'm still reeling from the shock of yesterday's events myself. And I'm really not sure if I'm able to help this man, whoever he is. But I like to try. So I think I'm going to make some inquiries. Will you help? Did you really think you had to ask? After all, I am your judicial assistant. Thank you. So then, shall we? Yes! Let's go! Oh, she's so wholesome, I love her. Okay, let's move. Let's go to the prison first. Oh, yeah, let's go to the prison first. The crime scene, well, wait. Nothing will change, probably. Hey, yikes. This is a rough cell, dude. 19th of February, local prison, cell 9? Oh, inmate 53, cell 9. So these are British prisons. Oh, they're ghastly. It feels like a dungeon. Yeah, and having experienced it in Japan myself, I can assure you that our wooden cells feel a lot cozier than these cold stone walls. Oh, don't, Mr. Naruhodo, you're making it seem worse. Oh, don't make her cry. Apparently, our client is in this cell here. But it's so dark in the back there, I can't make him out. I wonder what he's like. Inmate 53, your legal representative is here to see you. Stop hiding in the back of a cell and show your face at once. Bailiff, I've got my eyes on you. Am I a cat? As yet with no name? Calling me by a number? It's utterly, unbelievably, unjustly, unreasonable. I refuse to answer. Mr. Naruhodo, what do you think is going on in here? I have no idea, but I wasn't just hearing things, was I? That tirade of compliments, or complaints, was in Japanese. Oh, so we missed out on that because this is a translated game. Oh, okay. Oh my god, his eyebrows. Sir? Excuse me, but shh, quiet. Eh? They're all around, hiding. I know they are. They're watching, listening, even now. I can sense it. Are you okay? Are you okay, sir? Right. So could I ask you... There you are! You've come to curse me, haven't you? Don't try to hide it. You're a ghost! Okay. A ghost? Sir? What have they done to you, sir? We mean you no harm, prisoner-san. Are you... Japanese, by any chance? Can we get some common ground here? Maybe we can be friends? This is beyond my wildest dreams! Was that a happy cry or a sad cry? I'm hoping it's a happy cry. Fellow countrymen, forgive me for that outburst before. I'm so sorry. Oh, it's fine. We're just a little surprised, that's all. Imagine it! It's been 12 long months since I left my hometown, and here I am in a frightful fix in a foreign land. Oh, so hearing that sweet, sentimental tones of a compatriot's voice here in this damp, dark hellhole was a most monumentally moving movement. YMCA. Who could have guessed this new client Lord Strongheart assigned to us would turn out to be a fellow Japanese? What compassion my fellow countrymen show to dispatch a first-class lawyer. Oh, I'm sorry, bro. First-class lawyer all the way from Japan to defend a mere foreign student. Sorry to burst your bubble, buddy. Noble, nurturing, never failing, Nippon! Oh my gosh. Sarah, what's your name? You're my new favorite. A first-class lawyer? I mean, we, technically speaking, have a 100% win record. Oh dear, I feel like there's been something of a misunderstanding here. I wonder, would you be so kind as to tell us what happened? Why have you been detained as a suspect, for example? Yes, I can. I will. Chance, stay sullen and silent. I'm not quite sure I understand what he means, but he seems happy. Yeah, he does. I just hope he actually has a good reason to be. Thank you for your cooperation. I'm a lawyer, as you said. My name is Minosuke Naruhodo. And I'm Naruhodo-san's judicial assistant, Susato Mikotoba. I am a visiting student, sent here by our government. Bro, me too. Notoriously named Natsume. Soseki Natsume. This guy is such a dramatic bundle of nerves. Yeah. He truly is like anxious theater kid vibes. Oh. Soseki Natsume. Okay, Soseki-san. Yeah, let's talk. How'd you end up in this situation? Soseki Natsume-san. What an unusual name. Call me Soseki, please. I'm a poet, you see. Oh, he's a haiku writer. That explains all his fantastical words, I should say. Wait, should I be counting his syllables? It's something of a nom de plume. I don't know what that is. A nom de... You mean an alias? That's right, Naruhodo-san. No! Don't be so prosaic. It's much more refined than that. And haiku? That really reminds me of home. Did I hear you say you were a visiting student? Sent over here by the government? Yes, that's right. A year ago, I was told to go and study English. Oh, okay. First, I had to suffer that misery, and now this is beyond the pale. Suffer that misery? Did you not want to study here? No! I mean, I had an interest in Great Britain for some years, of course. Oh. But it's because the government tells you to do something? Doesn't mean you can do it. No. Doesn't mean you can do it? No? What do you mean? What do you mean? If they told me to go study English literature, that I could have understood. That's my field. What did they tell you to do? But no. They told me to study the English language. Ah. So they're all like linguist job on a writer. Honestly, quite impressive that the translation team managed all the alliterations. Yeah, and with all the name translations too earlier, back when in the first case, like all the all the Japanese sounding names that were like English based puns. That was like good job, like kudos, you know? But I feel for this dude because I'm really bad personally, really bad at languages. So that I can understand the nightmare this guy's in. Utterly, unbelievably, unjustly, unreasonable. Utterly, unbelievably. No, that doesn't work. Eh? Oh, is it a thing where like originally in Japanese it was like a haiku and then now in English it's just alliterations? I mean, it still works. I see. Only the other day, I was told to send a report about my first year here. Oh, you've been here a year. I tended a blank piece of paper. Wise words on white washi. Oh, his little okay sign with his hand. You must be a man of great standing. Oh, yes, I am often told. And often like to be told, it seems. What's the accusation against you, sir? Could you perhaps tell us exactly why you've been arrested, Soseki-san? I didn't do it! I didn't commit that atrocious murder! Oh, good news! She's alive! It's not a murder, it's just, I don't know, battery? Murder? Oh, no, it's alright. The woman didn't actually die, did she? Oh, he's just over the top. But she was stabbed! With a knife! Right before my eyes! Oh, you're a witness! Before your eyes? You mean you saw the attacker? I didn't see anyone. Sir? What? If I'd seen the person who did it, do you think I'd be locked up in here? Oh dear. It seems like this case is becoming rather complicated. Why me? Why me? Why did that silly woman have to be stabbed in front of me? I mean, I'm sure she didn't want to be stabbed either. It's the curse of London. It's incredibly, inexcusably, irritatingly inconvenient. Yeah, I agree. Being accused of you know, a crime does seem incredibly inconvenient. So Soseki-san was there at the scene, but he didn't see the attacker. Okay. It's vital that we find out more about the case. That's true. Let's head to the place, because I think that's... Oh, no, we can talk to you. Oh, excellent. Tell us about the case. It was an accursed evening, just after the snow had started to clear and heavy with fog. I'd been to the bookshop to buy some books, and I was on my way back to my accursed lodgings. Sure, the bookshop wasn't accursed too. Loathsome. As I was walking along the accursed pavement, I could make out sole silhouette of another ahead of me. A woman, wearing a green overcoat she was, and just as I went to overtake her, she suddenly let out a little scream and collapsed onto the cold, hard slabs of stone at my feet. That's not good. Are you okay, sir? How terrible! I called out to the woman, but she didn't move! It was like a ghostly, ghoulish, grim graveyard! I shouldn't laugh because you're obviously traumatized, but oh. A slight exaggeration there, perhaps. Not a real scare. Have you ever seen a person stabbed in front? Oh, wait, no. The person was shot in front of you. Okay. Maybe you're just made of sterner stuff than most, then. I was terrified! I had to get away from there. Oh, you ran. So I ran as fast as my legs would carry me back to my accursed lodgings. Ah, and they probably saw that as guilt. That's not good. Though still shameful, I know, to run away like that. Tell me, Soseki-san, was the victim an acquaintance of yours? Don't be ridiculous! You think I know any of these fair-head English? And a young woman at that. What do you mean? Oh, I'm different. I'm not like the other boys. I'm not like these English. I am shy, timid, unsure. I don't talk to people. I'm different. Oh my god, is he a pick-me boy? Oh my gosh. I see. A young woman unknown to Soseki-san. And at the time it happened, who else did you see nearby? Did anyone pass you? Regrettably, apart from myself and the woman, I didn't see a soul. Ah, that's not good. No one? Oh bother. So the victim was unknown to you, and there was no one else on the street at the time. That creates something of a conundrum, doesn't it? What conundrum? Ryosuke, sweetheart. If only the victim and the accused are on the street, this is bad. I feel like a pick-me boy actually suggests he actually talks to people though. That is true, because like the pick-me type is like still like, you know, like trying to insert themselves as different. But he's just a poor tired like introvert. Oh, I love this man. I shouldn't bully him. I feel like he's been bullied enough by life. The conundrum of you and the victim being the only ones in the street. What do you mean, Susato-san? What's the conundrum? Well, if what Soseki-san has just told us is true, there's something I can't explain. He says he didn't know the victim, and that there was no one else at the scene. That he apparently fled without having been seen. I did! Oh, and the woman's still in a coma. So how is he caught? Is that what your conundrum is? If that's the case. Oh no, it isn't. Okay. Surely this man has to be the culprit. Ah, you! What did you just say? Nothing. I didn't say. Oh no, I'm sorry. I didn't say anything. I'm sorry. I take it back. Are you okay, sir? Oops. Perhaps I thought a little loudly. Oh, shaking like a leaf. Oh, they meant it literally. Actually, that's not what was troubling me. What I was thinking was, how did Soseki-san actually come to be arrested? Oh, so the other thing. Sorry? He didn't touch the victim, and there was nobody at the scene to see him. So how did the police ever discover that he was there in the first place? Oh, yeah, she's right. It was him. Please don't tell me it was a ghost. Oh, fuck, it's Sherlock Holmes. Son of a... That accursed great detective! He led the police to me! Of all the bad luck! Accursed great detective? Could it be? Oh, I should never get that man's name as long as I live. With his haughty laugh and his self-proclaimed greatness. Brash, big-headed, busybody, begone! Maybe curse until the end of your days, Sherlock Holmes. Oh, Soseki-san, you're so right. I knew it! No, this son of a bitch is back. Mr. Holmes? Alright, let's talk about Sherlock Holmes. Well, I didn't expect to hear that name from this man's lips, that's for sure. It was the morning after the nightmare that had unfolded on the pavement before me. I was gnawing on a sliver of hard cheese when some men suddenly burst through the door. They started shouting at me, "Test the police! Put the weapon down!" Yes, it was a thin sliver, and yes, it was hard, but I wasn't eating a weapon. Disgusting, dietary discrimination, devils! You clearly had a trying morning yesterday. You and me both, brother. And there he was, in the middle of all the policemen, grinning like a Cheshire cat. Okay, Since Sherlock was like, this is the guy, we now know for a fact that this definitely is not the guy. That's Herlock Sholmes. It's actually just Herlock Sholmes. He's English. I've since found out that he's a famous name in detection here in London. Yes, the Great Detective is really very well known. And his overly sharp mind managed to deduce my whereabouts, apparently. He thinks I'm the knife-wielding madman! Me! This weak and stupid kitten of a man! I mean, I guess he saw your footprints at the scene of the crime and he traced them back to your lodgings, I guess. Because you did say it stopped snowing recently, so there were probably footprints, right? Sarah, that's kinda on you. I wonder what great deduction process led him to his conclusion this time, and I wonder how much I'm gonna have to correct. Do you mean to say that Mr. Holmes' deduction was the only reason the police arrested you? That would be really most unreasonable. Well, the thing is... Oh, sir, did you leave your belongings at the scene of the crime? I was thrown into a panic when they barged the way in. Oh, okay, that's okay. Well, of course you were. That's only natural. I was terrified and trembling, and they kept throwing question after question at me in impossible English. You know, that's fair. Fiendish, flummery. Well, we are in England. Can't really blame them for questioning you in English. Good point, good point. My mind went blank. I knew I had to answer, but I didn't know what to say. So I just kept repeating things like, yes I do, and I'm fine. Did you accidentally confess? The next thing I knew, I was in manacles. Before I knew it, I was thrown in here. Oh dear, I'm afraid that's hardly surprising. I'm fine? He's not fine now. Mr. Naruhodo, Esquire? Esquire? You can just call me Naruhodo. And when we're speaking English, a simple Mr. is more than enough. Oh, yes, alright. Yes, they've really got to me. This country is poisoning my mind. Are you okay? But please, I beg you to defend me in court tomorrow. You can tell them what really happened. You'll do it, won't you? Well, why is it so hard to say yes to me? Well, the thing is, I'm just a student like yourself, on a study tour. A student? I've defended a case in the Old Bailey, only the one though. But at this moment in time, I really don't know what I'm supposed to believe in. I'm confused about what justice in this country even means. Oh, Naruhodo-san. I'm not even the foreign student who was supposed to be here. I'm sort of a locum lawyer, I suppose. But the armband, that's the mark of the defense lawyer from How Great Empire. It's a keepsake from the man who should have been here. He was my best friend. A keepsake? I know exactly what they're saying about me. Oh, who do you mean? The lawyers. All the British defense lawyers. They won't defend me. Goodness, what? Why do you say that? I swear to God, if the answer is internalized racism, I'm gonna start throwing hands. For the same reason you noted before. When it happened, there's only the victim and myself around, and I ran away from the scene of the crime. I'm not a fool. I know it looks as though I must be the culprit. It must be very hard for you, Soseki-san. And anyway, I'm a student from overseas. I'm just a foreign nobody to them, someone not to be trusted. I'm throwing hands. I heard them openly laugh about me before, in my earshot, without any compunction at all. Any trial for this man would be a waste of time, he said, and of course the foreigner did it. I'm throwing hands. I'm stirring hands. They even had to get Gal to say, the man doesn't understand half of what's being said anyways. That's awful. They're wrong. I've studied more English than half of the policemen out there on the streets. I've traveled halfway across the world to learn about the people's country and its great history. But nobody here wants to listen to a man with a strange accent. They all hate me. So, at the very least, I like to entrust my fate to someone who can listen to me in my native tongue. You could do it, couldn't you? When I look into your eyes, I can see it. I can see what you've been through. Soseki-san, it's just that... Oh. No, we have to say yes. Rinosuke? Rinosuke. Grow spine. Grow spine. Say yes. Give me a little time, please. Hmm? I'll do what I can. For the time being. What do you mean? We shall investigate the case as thoroughly as possible. If we can find some clues, it will give us a much better chance, I'm sure. Oh, yes, thank you. I'll be here, all alone, waiting for you. Welcome, student Mr. Naruhodo Esquire. We should be going there, Naruhodo-san. We have a case to prepare for. Soseki-san, you stay right there. We will get you off this. We will get you off the hook. I believe in you. All right, let's. Okay, boots to the ground. Let's go. 19th of February, Briar Road. Oh, this is lovely. The snowman. So this is where it happened. Briar Road. Oh, look, Mr. Naruhodo-san. Oh, the crime scene. Look at that regulation metal helmet. It's unmistakable. Or is she fangirling? It's the men of Scotland Yard. They're investigating as we speak. Oh, she's fangirling. That's their job, you know? But Mr. Naruhodo, to see one with my own eyes. They're often depicted in the adventures of Sherlock Holmes, but I never dreamt I'd come this close. The real Bobby's helmet. What? The helmet? Of course! I have to try one on one day. Well, I hope your Hattie dream comes true. Hey, Gregson! What up? What's the Japanese delegation doing here? We're investigating, sir. Oh, Inspector Grayson! This isn't a tourist trial, as I'm fairly sure you're well aware. Yes, of course! We're just here to investigate. You've been to the holding cells then. Why'd you make up the criminal? He's not a criminal, as you put it, Inspector. He's a suspect. We'll see about that. You Japanese like to stick together, or you know, maybe you should let your fucking facts speak before your prejudices, sir. Well, do what you will. It doesn't bother me. Okay, thanks. Let's talk tomorrow, whatever happens. And the verdict's a foregone conclusion. Boy. Ugh. The stone-cold air of rejection. Take heart. London at this time of year is full of stone-cold air. That makes it worse somehow. Alright, Gregson, got anything to tell me? Alright, tell me about Scotland Yard. Tell me about Scotland Yard, Inspector. Ever since I read about it in The Adventure of Sherlock Holmes, I've been fascinated by the place. The Yard is the most sophisticated police organization you'll find anywhere in the world, ma'am. Oh, and you know I've always dreamt of wearing a real Bobby's helmet. It does make him look the part, seeing the policeman there with his helmet on. You suddenly get the sense that this is a man who takes no nonsense in his duty of protecting the city. Oh yes, doesn't he look wonderful? Being in London, Bobby, is hard going, I can tell you. Oh, really? It's because no one likes the police. First in the morning, know what he does? Patrol? Going round and rouses all the labourers on his beat so they can get off to work. What? He wakes people up? Yep. Raps on the windows with a long pole. Did it myself, going back a bit. Oh, okay. Glorified alarm clock, I guess. I had no idea. The Bobby works for the people of the town. Just another one of his duties. After that, he starts tirelessly patrolling the streets all day long. He has to cover 20 miles a day. Oh shit. 20 miles? That's the regulation distance. 20 miles. That's... Ooh. A day? I can't really imagine how far that is. That sounds like a long way. It must be like 2 rounds of the city or some shit. Damn. Let me see. 20 miles? That's approximately the distance from Tokyo to Yokohama. On foot? That's definitely taking things a step too far. And when it gets dark, of course, that's the important job of lighting all the gas street lamps. Oh, the police did that. I had no idea. I thought specialty people did that, but no. Police. Oh my. And I suppose in between all those duties, Bobby's expected to investigate cases as well? And chase off the criminals trying to evade the law! I'm not sure you can call it in between, exactly. More alongside. But yes. They're expected to handle those jobs as well. We do have men keeling over from time to time, I admit. That doesn't sound good. I always dreamt of wearing one of those helmets, as I said. But it's with a heavy heart that I shall have to relinquish that dream to you, Miss Naruhodo. Your heavy heart? With my heavy head, if you do. Alright, tell us about the case. What's the victim's name, even? Happened around 5 in the evening, 2 days ago. Just there, on the open bit of pavement. The victim, a young woman, was stabbed with a blade from behind. That's right. The lady's still unconscious now. Oh, is she like a Jane Doe? A Jane Doe? You mentioned that she's being treated in hospital. Eh? I had never said she was a lady. What is that supposed to mean? Truth is, unless she comes round pretty smartish, we won't be able to find out much about her at all. I suppose that means I haven't been able to take a statement from her, of course. There's a map of the local area I happen to have on me. What's with the lady mark? Or lady remark, I should say. You can take it if you want. Oh, thank you. Really? Are you sure? It's our policy to give lawyers defending suspects the odd bit of admission to go on. I haven't actually accepted the job yet, but still. Thank you, Inspector. We gratefully accept. Local map? Excellent. Let's give that a gander. Anyway. As far as we know, there's no one else at the scene other than the victim and your fellow countrymen. Oh, wrong one. Oh, Kazuma. Alright. Oh, so it's just literally just a map of where it happened. Okay. The corner of a road that we don't put the name of. Okay. Alright. So who did it, you think? Not much of a head scratcher, is it? Well, I know Mr. Natsume is claiming not to have seen anyone around, but just because he didn't see anyone, it doesn't mean we can be sure that nobody else was present. I'm sorry to have to tell you, but we almost certainly can't be sure. The snow thing. How? Because, ma'am, the precise moment of the stabbing didn't go unnoticed. Oh, we have a witness. What? We have 2 very reliable witnesses, no less. 2. Oh, shit. It was a typical 40-year London day, and your client obviously didn't see him. Well, then how did they see my client? Well, my to-be client. There were witnesses now? Yeah, bitch, damn. Wait, if my client couldn't see them, then how can they see my client? Who are these witnesses, Inspector? A fellow and his wife. The man's one of the most reliable and respected citizens in all of London. It's a couple from Scotland Yard. I don't don't trust police. Oh! A policeman! Might change things. And this policeman just happened to be there at the exact moment the woman was attacked? Nothing peculiar about that, ma'am. Part and parcel of being a Bobby. Catching him banging the yak and all that. Do you think it might be possible for us to ask the policeman a few questions? Be my guest. You can ask him what you like. In court tomorrow. Foil. Oh. No doubt he'll be summoned as a witness. So that'll give you something to look forward to. That's it then. He's got no intention of letting us meet the man beforehand, it seems. The policeman witnessed the incident. As your judicial assistant, I must warn you, this could make our job very difficult indeed. Yeah, not as a non-judicial assistant, I could have warned me of that too. Oh, yeah, one more thing, Inspector. What? The person who led you to the suspect, Sherlock Holmes. I heard that was Sherlock Holmes. What are you bringing him up for? We're acquainted. Was it something I said? The colors drained from his cheeks. Oh. Do you have history? Like bad history? I mean, I guess he does have history. Is it bad history? Who did you hear that name from? Oh, well, it was Mr. Natsume who mentioned it. He said that Mr. Holmes was with the police when they entered his lodgings. I'm sure it's the result of one of Mr. Holmes' great inspirational great deductions. Fiddle faddle! I think you should be friends, it's so like... Oh! That man's an amateur! I'm getting sick and tired of him showing his mug everywhere. You know what? I agree. Oh. I don't know where he gets his information from. He turns up the scene of the crime, wanders around spouting incomprehensible rubbish. Before you know it, he claims to have solved the case. Yeah, he's quite astounding, isn't he? He is a great help to Scotland Yard, though, isn't he? Gibble gabble. Ever seen this before? Yes, Sosato has a copy. Yeah, that's the Rance magazine. A wonderful publication in which the adventures of Sherlock Holmes appears. Yeah, well, that wonderful publication, as you put it, sees fit to include several of the Yard's detectives in its stories. And the so-called great detective makes a mockery of all of us. If you ask anyone at the Yard, it's a misadventure to be included in any Sherlock Holmes story tale at all. Because I bet they're not painted in a particularly positive light at all. Oh, well, I suppose there's an element of that. We whack our socks off, every last one of us, only to be frumped by the public thanks to that obnoxious detective. Man's as dangerous to us. Oh, man's as dangerous to us at Scotland Yard as he is to all our criminals. Really undermining you guys there, huh? That can't be true, can it, Inspector? Clearly, the great detective and the police have a complex relationship. Alright, tell me about tomorrow's trial, mate. That twitchy Japanese bloke goes on trial tomorrow. You gonna defend him or not? Probably, yeah. Yes, Inosuke, say yes. Come on, boy, say yes. Makes no difference to me, but I will just say this. No London lawyer worth his salt would touch that case with a barge pole. Because the prosecution is being handled by the Reaper of the Bailey, you mean? There's no way to save the man now. Waste of time trying. It's all a bit strange, though. Sorry? The Reaper. He hasn't appeared in court for a good few years now. Yeah, 5 years, wasn't it? When he retired. Five years. Half a decade, it's a long time. Yes, we did hear something to that effect. And the only people he usually bothers with are the real scum, the master criminals, the violent ones. Oh, is he trying to like weaponize his curse? So even if they somehow won their way free, they just fucking die. Master criminals? The violent ones?
That's right. He handpicks his victims. Only deals with those guaranteed to go to the gallows for their sins.
But
Mr. Natsume wouldn't hang for what he's accused of, surely. That's just my point, Sunshine. Yes, the young woman was stabbed, but didn't kill her. Couldn't even say the intent was there. So this isn't a sort of case I've been expecting the Reaper to want to sink his teeth into, for want of a better phrase. Well, it's not exactly a minor infraction, is it? Yeah, it's still stabbing. But nowhere near enough to warrant the Reaper of the Bailey? No, there's gotta be more to it.
For some reason he's taken an interest. Really? What sort of reason, Inspector?
You think I can tell what's going on inside the head of that Lord of Darkness? You think I can tell what's going on inside the head of that Lord of Darkness? You have to ask him yourself. Tomorrow's trial. I'm glad I'm not the only one who thinks he looked like Dracula. When was Dracula published? Is Dracula a canon thing yet? I think it would have been published by now. Not sure though. Are we really going to have to face the Reaper again? Lord of Darkness, as he put it? I, Lord of Darkness. Well, I don't think we're going to get any more useful information out of the detective. Time to tramp about the scene. Let's go!
Oh. Mr. Naruhodo, can I make a suggestion?
Yeah. What is it?
Well, it seems to me that we must speak with him about this.
Him? Who? By him, do you mean Sherlock? Mr. Holmes?
Yes! Mr. Sherlock Holmes, exactly!
Look at those shining eyes. You can't wait, can you? Oh, fangirl. Well, Mr. Natsume did blame Mr. Holmes for all of this, didn't he?
Yes, he did! He really did! Which makes him an uninvolved party to the case. Which makes him an involved party to the case. You're not gonna ignore that, are you? I sure hope not. I assure you, it's not simply my selfish desire to meet Mr. Holmes again.
The trouble is, we have no idea of the man's address, even.
It's Baker Street!
Oh my god.
Dracula was 1897, so basically the same time period.
Yes! Yes, 1897! Perfect! Perfect! It is hot fiction right now. And my fucking man's cosplaying Dracula. that's my theory. He's cosplaying Dracula. Why? Because he's just cool like that, I guess.
It's Baker Street!
Not creepy at all to know that. How did you know that? Oh, it's in the publication. Wait, he just advertises his own home address? Bruh.
It's in the stories, of course! 22B Baker... 221 B Baker Street. The most famous address in the world.
Oh, I see. Well, there's nothing to stop us from going, I suppose. We better try to find our way before Susata Sun gets any more excited and unpredictable.
Hurrah! I'll summon a carriage.
So we're gonna have a reunion already. Wait, we didn't even check the street. With the great detective, Mr. Sherlock Holmes. Sherlock Holmes, Sherlock Holmes. Oh no, we can. Good. Let's check out the scene. The scene of the crime. Is there anything here? This patch of pavement must be where the incident occurred.
Yes, it's very wide open space, isn't it?
That's true. I can't see anywhere an attacker could have been hiding.
Oi!
What you foreigners doing here? We're investigating, sir. Oh, we are just investigating the scene, officer. Conspiring with that mustache fella from Japan, are ya? No, we're his representative. We're legally allowed to be here. Conspiring? Come here to destroy evidence, have ya? Sir! Get out of here before I give you an Aiden. Aiden? Give you a hiding? Go on. Go on and what?
You shoot us away like rats.
Yeah, we should give him a wide berth, I think.
and it's a disappointing experience. Blech. Screw you. Oh, okay, maybe we can still check things out. Oh, a British bicycle! Look! Although the wheel is still misshapen, I'm sure it couldn't possibly be ridden anymore. Someone must have been doing some breakneck cycling. It seems bicycles have been extremely popular in London recently. There's even a movement to change women's dress to allow them to ride as well. The bicycle fad won't last. I don't see why anyone would want to ride something like that. Goodness! Do you dislike bicycles? No, not at all. I mean, it's not that I dislike them exactly. It's just that any occupation that involves taking both your feet off firm ground seems reckless. Oh boy, wait until planes are invented. Real scare. If you ever tried walking on stilts and fallen into a river, I know you agree with me. If you ever tried walking on stilts and fallen into a river, boy, what happened in your past? We'll have to hire a bicycle sometime. You can sit behind me while I ride you around. That sounds lovely. But for now, what's with the windows here? It's a rather typical old building, isn't it? I'm sure it has a long and interesting history.
Oh, time certainly seems to have taken its toll on the place. It's all crooked and sagging all over. In fact, it looks decidedly worse shaped than the other houses around here.
We must find some cheap lodgings ourselves as soon as possible.
Yeah, you're right. Cheap, but ideally with reasonable level floors. Okay. I don't think there'll be anything else around here. Oh, that would have been an old building, because the windows are all bricked up. Because I remember there was a time period where you had to pay taxes for like glass windows. So a lot of people just bricked up their windows to avoid paying the tax. Which is pretty funny. I wonder if they give us that fun fact. Oh, look at the windows of that building here.
Are you sure they're windows?
Yeah, but they're all filled with bricks.
Oh, you're right! I wonder why. Perhaps it's an empty property where nobody lives at the moment.
There's smoke coming from the chimneys though.
Oh dear, everything still feels very foreign. There's so much we have to learn about this place.
Ah.
So, anything else?
Oh, yeah, we can look at the police carriage. No, we're gonna shoo us away again.
Okay. Snowman! Hehe! What a delightful snowman!
I didn't realize the English had a tradition of making snowmen as well. It looks a little creepy though.
Oh, it has a scarf! Look!
You need one if we were out in this freezing cold all the time. I wish I had one.
I'm afraid our budget is somewhat frozen at the moment too. We certainly can't afford a scarf.
Surely the snowman here wouldn't miss his.
But the person who made the snowman certainly would.
Yes, I know. You're right. How does she read my mind almost every single time? Anyway, even if I borrowed it, it wouldn't do much to warm my neck, would it? It's covered in snow.
Foggy scarf.
Okay, let's move now. How do I move again? B? New location has been added. 221 Baker Street. Let's go! Susato's gonna have a great time.
Oh!
Thank you very much. It's just up there overlooking the street. Good day. Thanks again. This is it. The residence of Mr. Herlock Shores.
It's nice.
Huh. The street wasn't... It wasn't winter anymore. Is that part of it? Or am I just thinking too much into it?
Oh!
This is nice. So this is where the Great Detective makes his living. It feels surreal to be here somehow. Oh! Eh? Sato-san. Is it as described in the stories, Mr. Sato? Is it even better? Sato-san?
Many famous cases have been solved here in this very room.
Oh, I suppose they must have been, yeah. I've never read the stories, so it's hard to get quite as excited about it as she seems to be.
Detective chases the villain relentlessly as it disappears into the fog down an unlit London street. Oh, the thrill of it! The romanticism! Can you feel your heart thumping in your chest? Can you, Mr. Naruhodo?
Oh, I suppose I can, yeah.
So, if you don't mind...
She just pivots.
I'll just stand here and soak up the atmosphere for a while longer. Please, don't mind me.
Okay. She's obsessed. Oh, Sato-san, okay. Enjoy yourself, have fun. And I will poke around and maybe find the detective? No, he isn't. Wait, if he's not home, how'd you get inside? Did we break in? Susato's living the fangirl dream right now. Yeah, she truly is. Honestly, can you imagine being able to be in the actual home of like not just the home, but it's like the set of like the great stories. Like that truly is amazing. Like, man, you know, I hope she's living her best life, and I love that for her. But I am concerned at how he managed to get inside this home if the detective isn't here. Did we break in, or is his house like an open gallery type thing? He's like narcissistic enough for that to happen. I don't doubt it. Excuse me, is anyone home? Oh, there's a person. Oh, do we have a visitor? Oh, it's you!
Hello! Isn't it big new case for Mr. Holmes?
Hello again, inventor?
Wait, aren't you... Oh, how rude of me! I'll go make some tea at once!
No. That's not what I meant. I'm sure it's the same girl. Wait, Lestrade, is she gonna come back? Mr. Sato, did you see the girl who was just here?
Oh yes, isn't it truly extraordinary? To think that the King of Bohemia came to this very room to ask Mr. Holmes to take his case.
The King of Bavaria?
King Wilhelm Gotthard
Sigismund von Ormstrand, of course. I'm so sorry for butchering that name. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry, I'm drawing a blank. Forget the adventures of Sherlock Holmes for a moment. Look over there!
Hi! The tea is brewed, and I have freshly baked cake as well. Oh, it's you!
I knew it! Sato-san recognizes her too!
Yeah. Ah, there you are! And taking that with you as well. I was looking forward to that trial run of my experimental smoke grenade launcher. Oh, good day to you. I'm, well, the inventor, I suppose, of that machine.
What's your name? It's the girl who turned up at the end of Mr. McGilda's trial in the defendant's antechamber.
I've never met a lawyer from the Far East before. Poor you, having to get straight to work when you only just arrived in London.
Oh, yeah, it was challenging. How'd you know about that?
Oh, try this tea. It's my special blend, you know.
Should you drink it? I don't think we should drink it. Oh, I don't think we should drink it. Thank you. Is tea supposed to look that color? What color is it?
Oh my, what a fragrant yet mellow flavor. Hooray, it's a winner! I tried blending different leaves designed to alleviate fatigue, you see?
Okay, so Sato's balls of steel. She just drunk it.
You must be exhausted after your long voyage here. You have another ticklish trial tomorrow.
How do you know this?
Oh, and you're to defend a Japanese man. I do wish you lots and lots of luck.
How do you know all of this?
Did Mr. Holmes tell you about us by any chance? Oh, you know
Hurley?
Hurley, do you?
Mr. Holmes, do you surely?
Mr. Sholmes has a fellow passenger on a boat that.
Oh,
Mr. Holmes was a fellow passenger on the boat that brought us to Great Britain, you see? Was he really? Well, I had no idea. I'm afraid Hurley's out on an errand today. Again today. Even though he's just returned from overseas.
Wait a minute. We met this girl for the first time ever yesterday, after the trial, and only briefly at that. How on earth does she know so much about us?
Exactly!
Are you spying on us? Did she deduce all those things, do you think?
And perhaps more to the point, why is she here in Mr. Holmes' suite? Oh, silly me! I haven't introduced myself, have I?
No. Who are you?
I love your design, though. Oh, you have heart gloves. That's so cute. Iris. Oh, okay.
Wilson? Like, because the Wilson is Watson. Watson is Wilson here. Are you the daughter of John Wilson?
It's a great pleasure to meet you both. My name is Iris Wilson. I live here together with Hurley.
Ah, Iris, is it? What a lovely name.
What?
What's the matter?
No, wait. This can't be. Did you say your name is Wilson?
What's the matter with Susato-san? Why she's so flustered all of a sudden?
Yeah, that's right. And what's your names?
Oh, I'm Rinosuke Naruhodo, a lawyer from Japan. And Susato is in a fangirl coma.
Oh, sorry. Miss Naruhodo, Judicial Assistant, Susato Mikotoba. It's wonderful to meet you. Lovely. Susie and Bruno.
Susie and Susie? Susato? Susie? Rinosuke and Bruno? Okay. Immediate nickname. We're friends now. Okay. Can I call you Irie?
Susie?
And Bruno? There's more to this girl than meets the eye. I have so many questions for her, I don't know where to start.
Yes,
And so do I. How do you read my mind? Alright, okay, at least we can talk to her. Alright, Irie. Tell me about yourself. It was you we ran into yesterday, wasn't it? At the Old Bailey.
Yes, that's right. You're ever so helpful. Thank you so much.
What'd you do with Gina? Is she okay?
Oh, no, not at all. I'm so sorry we couldn't have been more welcoming.
Though at the time we did have a rather large gun pointed at us.
Bigger than this one? I think not. Like this? Thinking back now, you left with Miss Lestrade in the tow, didn't you?
Oh yeah, that awkward witness, Gina Lestrade.
Oh, Ginny? Yeah, she's a professional pickpocket.
So we found out?
It was very naughty of her to pinch my invention like that.
Are you referring to the trial disrupting gun-like contraption?
Exactly. So I followed her, you see, to get her back. Perhaps I should think about fitting a self-destruct mechanism on my inventions.
This girl's dangerous.
Anyway, I brought Ginny back here after all that, and she could apologize. So she could apologize to my trusty technician.
Sorry, your technician?
Hurley, of course, silly.
Hurley?
Yeah, Sherlock Holmes. We live here together.
I have no idea the great detective had such a interesting young daughter.
Daughter? Not likely.
What?
I wouldn't call Hurley. I wouldn't call him Hurley if it was my father, would I? Well then, what is your relationship with Mr. Holmes? Well, I expected you found out that lodgings of any kind in London are very expensive. So the solution is to share costs with a partner, a roommate.
Your roommates?
Hope you don't mind me asking, Iris, but how old are you?
Oh. Is she the type of character that looks young but is old?
34. What? No! pass this year.
You're in 4th grade! Are you you're hello? Wait, you're just gonna question her about her parents and not the fact that she's making guns at age 10? Oh, well, what of your mother and father?
Oh, no. They're not around.
Oh, sorry. I wonder what the story is there. Alright, Wilson. Like, John.
Oh, yes! This is something I must ask you. Of course! Go ahead, Susie. I'm a very great fan of the Adventures of Sherlock Holmes and... Oh! You have a copy of Matt's magazine! Yes! I read every issue. It's delivered all the way to Japan on ship. Oh, this is so exciting! My stories are being...
My stories. John is a fucking pen name. Is that better or worse? That she's not the daughter of an acquaintance that he's like happens to be living with him. That his genuine, unironic roommate is a 10-year-old. What the fuck, dude?
Oh, this is so exciting! My stories are being read on the other side of the world!
My stories?
That's right! Howie's always solving such amazing cases, you see, and he tells me all about them. They're really quite fascinating. It'd be such a shame if I was the only one who ever heard them, don't you think? Goodness! Last night, he was telling me all about the new case he just solved from the steamship traveling from faraway land. So I was just in the middle of typing it up, or typing up the manuscript for the next issue before he came. So you're the author? Yeah! I'll let you in a secret if you like. I'm gonna call the latest adventure The Speckled Band.
The Speckled Band? That's certainly very familiar. Murinosuke, you should know. You were on that steamship.
Of course, I always change one or two details in the stories, here and there.
To preserve anonymity? Or for... Oh, no, just for spice. Just for story spice.
This time, I had the idea of making a venomous snake be the cause of all the trouble.
Oh, that was Mr. Holmes' first thought as well, actually.
Yeah, and of course I know that snake might not be a credible fit for the facts of the case exactly, but... It's a story! Some poetic license is justified to make it more thrilling, I think. Don't you? So do you mean to say?
Oh no, Susato's figuring out that the autobiographies are not autobiographies, they're just fiction. They're just light novels. You've been reading light novels all this time, Susato! No.
So do you mean to say the stories about Mr. Holmes are published in Grant's magazine? Are written by me? Yeah! On my wonderful and very modern typewriter. But all the stories I've ever read are written by a doctor of medicine, Dr. John H. Wilson.
Susato-san's getting more and more worked up. No, she's having the rug pulled out from under her.
Ah, yes, that's me. I mean, my name really is Wilson. But what about the doctor of medicine part? That's all true.
That's what... Like, officially? Age 10?
That's all true too. I'm a doctor of medicine.
No, at 10 years old?
At 10 years old.
Girl, she's too powerful. Well, that's quite incredible.
But...
Oh no, she's crying.
Dr. Wilson is an English gentleman. Ah, yes. I did alter the setting slightly, for the stories to be more compelling.
Oh.
Well, it sounds a little strange, doesn't it? A great detective with a 10-year-old girl in tow?
She's right.
I suppose it does, yes.
Poor Susato-san. She looks like her whole world just came falling apart. Oh, no. Oh, Susato. Your deductions just now. about before.
Oh, yes. What's in your mind, Bruno? Tell me.
How did you know that I was a lawyer and would just arrive in London, I mean? Is it your armband?
Oh, yes. We have a different trial difficult trial tomorrow. How did you know all that? That's what you mean. Please, tell us you did it. Explain every detail. Of course, I'll be delighted. Although, there's really no mystery. Now, let's begin.
Ah, she's so cute.
Iris Wilson is proud to present her Logic and Reasoning Spectacular.
Oh my god. Just a casual, multi-talented, successful female with a degree in medicine and a popular story series known across the road at the ripe old age of 10 years old. Truly, oh my gosh. An inventor, a actual doctor of medicine, and a successful author. And, I think now, maybe even a great detective. It would not surprise me if she was the one, like, behind all of Sherlock's, like, good deductions. Because I feel like he goes off the rails, like, really quickly. Oh, like, are you... and, like, she's the one that's, like, keeping him in line. Kind of like how, Ryosuke was keeping him in line in the second case. But, oh my goodness gracious me. Iris, your Logic and Reasoning is spectacular. Oh, this feels familiar. Oh.
First of all, I knew you were already a lawyer, Bruno.
Yes, the armband.
After all, I met you yesterday at the Old Bailey in the defendant's antechamber.
Oh, that's true too. But you also said we only just arrived in London. How'd you know that? Oh, were you there at the trial?
Oh no, I observed the passport and travel ticket protruding from your breast pocket.
Oh.
So I was reasonably confident that you must have only just arrived in the country. And on top of that...
Dracula!
You accepted a case against that particular prosecutor, telling me you were unaware of London's court affairs.
The Reaper of the Bailey? I walked right into that one, didn't I?
Oh! And then I noticed a red ink stamp on the back of Susie's hand. You were given that when you visited the local prison to meet with a suspect, weren't you? Early today. Oh. And they use these stamps to keep a close eye on coming and goings, you see? I didn't realize. An arrest stamp is only used for people visiting foreign inmates. So that told me, even though you've only yesterday concluded the trial of Magnus McGilded, the two of you had already caused to visit a foreign inmate at a local prison. However, neither of you were wearing a particularly sad expression on your face, so I concluded that the prisoner was unlikely to be a friend or a relative. That led me to believe you must have accepted a new case.
I see.
But how could you have known that the trial is tomorrow? Well, having barely been home a few hours yesterday, Hurley solved yet another case.
Solved in freaking quotation marks?
It obviously amused him. He told me he caught a Japanese man who was bawling and trembling.
Fucking the worst. Japanese man? Well, clearly that must have been... Soseki-kun. Mr. Natsume.
Now, Runa has a fancy Japanese sword. And I think your outfit is called a kimono, isn't it, Susie? Well, anyway, it was clear to me that you both came from Japan yourselves. So I put two and two together and decided you must be defending the Japanese man Hurley caught. And there was only one conclusion those facts could lead me to. A trial tomorrow. You both came here to ask Hurley about the case.
We should rip that title of Great Detective straight from Sherlock's hands and hand it to this girl. She deserves it more than he does.
There's a note on the mantelpiece that says, the man's trial will be tomorrow. Hurley's always stabbing his nose with a knife, you know? He's silly.
What a character!
Oh, it's so silly. Just damaging the drywall with a knife.
Oh my gosh.
And that's all that there was to it, really. Thank you for listening. I'm Iris Wilson, And that was one of my great deductions.
Shock and awe. Standing ovation. 10 out of 10. Amazing. Gracious. Brilliant. Breathtaking. Iris, you are amazing and I love you.
Well, was it a winner? Or were deductions correct?
They were spot on.
That was amazing, Iris. Truly a great deduction.
You even managed to set in something of Sherm's delivery.
Oh well, I was just copying Harley's style for that.
This is really very good news.
You could tell us all about the case involving the Japanese man. You will, won't you, Iris? Please!
Okay, let's talk about the case. So yesterday, Mr. Holmes apprehended a Japanese man. You were saying?
Yeah. Harley had just arrived back in London after his sea voyage. But the police were waiting for him at the railway station to take him directly to the crime scene.
Ah, the great detective is a popular man, it seems. So the police do rely on Sherlock, despite... Or is it only a few detectives that don't like him?
Apparently a woman was stabbed in a quiet street somewhere in town. There were witnesses who had seen a short, shifty-looking stooped man running away from the scene.
A short, shifty-looking, stooped man. Yep, that matches him to a T.
Mr. Natsume, beyond any doubt.
Soseki-san said that he didn't see anyone else on the street at all. But it seems there were witnesses after all.
Harley used his great deductive powers to determine the man's address. There was a lodging room very nearby. He went directly there with the police and... what did they find? A short, shifty-looking, stooped man shivering in fear.
Mr. Holmes' great deduction certainly hit the mark that time.
Of course it did! It's a great detective!
Okay. Still, that means the incident occurred only 2 days ago. Surely tomorrow's too soon for the trial, isn't it? I love how they're always like, oh, a trial? 3 days, take it or leave it.
Definitely! We have no time to investigate properly.
And the victim isn't even awake yet.
Harley says that London is rife with crime.
Oh.
Scotland Yard is doing its best, but they can't stay on top of it, apparently.
Oh dear, I didn't realize the situation was so dire.
That's why they can't afford to spend too much time investigating cases.
And trying the criminals in court. They can't afford too much time investigating cases and trying criminals. That's not a good system, girl. Oh no.
Staff and money are both short. Crimes are usually pinned on the first suspicious person.
Oh no.
That's terrible. I suppose it's the harsh reality of the workings of the world's greatest justice system.
Not so great now. I suppose it is, but in that case, I don't hold out much hope for Soseki-san. Thank you for answering so many of our questions, Iris. This has been very informative. Oh, she's so cute!
Oh, you're most welcome. I've had so much fun.
Oh, she's so adorable. She's the best character. I love her. Do you know what happened? Do you happen to know where Mr. Holmes is at the moment? As you've guessed, we'd like to ask him some questions about this case as well.
Well... I expect Harley is still investigating the scene.
Oh, we must have just missed him then. Of the case involving Mr. Natsume, you mean?
Yes, Mr. Natsume? Harley said he was going to the man's lodgings.
Oh, so he's, home.
If you leave now, probably catch him there.
Give us an address.
Iris, do you know where those lodgings are?
Oh no, is it the updated, home next to the street? I hope not.
Well, I imagine the police are still investigating the scene of the crime themselves, aren't they? Do you happen to come across a detective by the name of Gregson while you were there?
Yeah, we know Inspector Gregson.
Oh goody, in that case... Ask him.
Ah! Oh, she's a calling card. And is that a bribe? Or is it printed? The coin. Huh. Yeah, it's a business card with the street name on it. Oh, that's so cute.
Give Drexy this for me, won't you? If you do that, I'm sure he'll tell you what you want to know.
What is this?
A 5-shilling piece and a postcard, it seems.
So she actually did include a bribe. Iris' postcard has been entered into the court record. Oh, it's so adorable.
It reads, "Tell the gentleman in black whatever he wants to know. I trust that won't be a problem."
Gosh! This will make the inspector help us, will it? Well, thank you, Iris. We'll give it a try.
Good luck then. I'm going to return to writing my manuscript, The Speckled Band. And I'll be making more special blends of tea. So come back again soon.
Alright, I will. Oh, I love you.
We'll be delighted. Thank you so much, Iris. Well, Mr. Naruhodo, it's back to the scene of the crime.
Yeah, let's go! Somewhat dubious that they would exert any influence over the men of Scotland Yard at all. We headed back to the scene with Iris's curious note and one of the world's heaviest silver coins in hand. Ah, we're going to be continued. Yeah, to be continued. We learned a lot today! And we had a delightful interaction with Iris. Oh my gosh. She simply is the sweetest. I think she might be the greatest character. Oh, wow. What an accomplished 10-year-old. I mean, 10 this year. So, like, newly 10. I mean, she might not even be 10 if she says she's 10 this year and she's like, her birthday's later on the year, right? Like, so like a 10-year-old out there solving crimes, inventing smoke grenade launches. And that device that Sherlock has that could literally see through the cabinet probably also is her invention. And I have no idea how she managed that. Because they don't even have radar yet. Radar was invented during the Great War, right? So how is she how is she doing this? This is incredible. Oh my gosh. And on top of that, all that, she seems to have Scotland Yard wrapped around her pinky. So, like, you know, good for her. Oh, man. But, yeah, hopefully with her help, we can find out more about this case before tomorrow. And then, tomorrow, we'll dive into the thing. Well, not in real life tomorrow. In-game tomorrow. In real life, we'll probably schedule this next part of the case for Monday evening. Oh, trust that technology will make sense in this game, but we can pretend. That's true. This is a fantasy game, I have to remember. Well, not fantasy. Not high fantasy, but still fantasy. I mean, Sherlock is real. That's fantastical. Yeah. So, we'll dive into this case soon, next week, on Monday. And until then, thanks for dropping in. Thanks for coming by. Thanks for coming along on this journey with me. And I will see you later. Bye-bye!